We're getting closer to the big day and that visit from Santa, so we decided to start this week's Explore Tulsa by getting as close to the North Pole as you can in T-Town.
Then we include a great dining experience,
Followed by more Christmas shopping.
plus capturing the moment.
Hi, I'm Stevie Fernand.
And I'm Trish Whitmer. We're happy to see you with us once again for this week's Explore Tulsa.
Christmas has always been one of my favorite holidays, Trish, but I have a buddy who takes Christmas decorating to all new heights.
Oh, you must be talking about Ben Sumner's from Kringle's Christmas Land.
His vintage animated Christmas characters make my front yard blow up Santa look pretty weak.
Well, luckily for us, Ben shares his holiday spirit each and every year at Tulsa's Promenade Mall.
When I was 8 years old, my neighbor, John Robertson, who, if you are a big Christmas light fan, will remember he had the display off Gary with the pond and the Christmas lights. And he had a animated mechanical Santa in his window. And I was 8 years old, and as soon as I saw that, I'm like, I want that Santa. I have to have one of those Santas. Well, thankfully, with the Tulsa Flea Market at the time, there happened to be one show up. It wasn't exactly the way his looked, but I was happy with it. So my dad got me that for Christmas, and ever since then, I had to have them. They're all made in New York City from a company called David Hamburger and Harold Gale, and they're all hand painted. So they're really pretty much a work of art. When you look at the eyes and the facial expressions and stuff, I mean, it's cool to think that somebody 30, 40 years ago painted each one of those. They're just magical. I like to think that they're special, and when you look at them, it just really puts you in the Christmas spirit, because it takes you back to, you know, of course I wasn't alive in the 50s or 60s or 70s even, when they had window displays in the department stores. But that's really what I like looking at when you watch A Christmas Carol, or when you watch Miracle on 34th Street. You know, you see the window displays, and you know, we don't have that here, so I wanted to bring that here. You don't have to hop on a plane to go to New York City to see Macy's. You can see it right here in Tulsa Promenade Mall. The cool thing about A Christmas Story, at the very beginning, when the movie starts off, you actually see the Santa that we have in our window right over here with the list. It's the same piece that's in the movie with the elves. It looks really cool, and you know, seeing that, it's cool that I have a piece of history right here. But you know, seeing kids walk by, a lot of the kids that come through here have never experienced this, because there's really nothing like it else around here in Oklahoma. So, you know, it's different, because you know, it grows on them, and the smile on their face. Because I mean, how many times can you walk in somewhere and see Santa's elves in a workshop? I have collected these pieces from people that have retired from furniture stores, from big-time department stores that have closed down. So it's been a lot of searching and finding these and calling people. And I mean, I have traveled probably 10,000 miles back and forth all over the United States picking these up myself. I had so many of these, and I didn't have a place to display them, and I wanted to do it for my neighborhood. So in my garage, we put plexiglass up, so that way there was an area big enough for us to do a display, and it was kind of like this one, but a lot smaller, obviously. And I started getting a lot of draw and a lot of people saying, we wish there was more. So that's why we're here. I wanted to make sure it was a life-size storybook. So when you walk in, you have Mrs. Claus and Santa talk, and they tell you the story, and you walk through and you get to see it, other than just hearing it. So that was really big with me. Christmas is huge to me, and especially keeping Christ in Christmas. That's always been a big thing for me, and that's why at the very end of our story, you know, this is all great. You hear, you know, Santa's workshop, and you get to see Christmas Town, but ultimately the most important part to me is the nativity scene, because we wouldn't have that. We wouldn't have Christmas without Christ. So it's very important to me that we end with that, because that's the most important Christmas story there is. And it snows on you when you walk through, because we might not get snow here in Oklahoma. It depends on what Travis says, right? But you know, if the weather's permitting. But the cool thing here, the weatherman always says there's a 100% chance of snow. So Santa likes it here.
Oh my gosh, Trish. That is the greatest place ever for Christmas. It's like a little bit of Disney magic sprinkled in with a big helping of holiday cheer.
To enjoy the Christmas magic for yourself, look for Kringle's Christmas Land inside Tulsa's Promenade Mall, or look for them on Facebook to learn more.
That reminds me, I think it's time for Santa to fatten up a little bit for the big day.
Oh, well, how's a big slice of coconut pie sound?
Sounds like Santa's gonna need 2 slices.
Well, the best in town can only come from our next stop. Michael V's is just ahead with more Explore Tulsa.
Experience a vintage family Christmas at the all-new Kringles Christmas Land. You'll tour Santa's workshop, get up close to my team of elves, meet my reindeer, then stroll through Christmas Town, where it is guaranteed to snow on you. Then experience the true meaning of Christmas with a life-size nativity scene. Kringles Christmas Land, located inside Promenade Mall. For event hours and tickets, visit KringlesChristmasLand.com. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Russified! Sounds better on big speakers.
I could see that.
Possible, no longer optional for us to be honest.
Went to the show sitting in the front row in a black tracksuit.
Unable to pair.
You gotta be kidding me.
Wish I was a little bit. Wish I was a ball.
English, Portuguese, English.
Mother.
I wanna lay you down.
Incoming call.
Having a nervous breakdown.
You don't gotta go to work, 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 work. We can work from home. We can work from home.
Hello, it's great to see you back with us to share this holiday season with you and more Explore Tulsa.
And we're more thankful than ever before because recently Tulsa almost lost one of its greatest chefs.
But through the grace of God and his passion for serving some of the best food around,
Michael Minden is still making it all taste good in the kitchen at Michael V's.
You know, I love making people smile with food. I went to the Culinary Institute of America and I graduated with honors in 1971. After that, I was hired at Walt Disney World to open Walt Disney World at the Polynesian Hotel. So I worked for Walt Disney World for 10 years. I had a chef, his name was Gary Reich. He was kind of my mentor. And after 10 years, he said to me, "My son, it's time for you to leave. You know Disney, now move on and learn more. You can always come back." And then we moved to Tulsa. And Tim Remy, who owns this shopping center, the Remy family, I was talking to him one day and he said, "We'd love to have you. We'd love to put your restaurant in." And I just kind of laughed at him and said, "Well, Tim, I can't afford a restaurant. It's, it costs millions of dollars to open a restaurant, And he said, "Well, we'll help you." And here we are 11 years later. We have beef Wellington, we have chicken Oscar, we have rack of lamb, we have chicken marsala, also make a great hamburger, Michael's salad. But the thing we're known for more than anything else is our coconut cream pie. And I make it every day. In the past 10 years, we've served over 35,000 pieces. We've served over 2,000 whole pies, and we sell a lot during the holiday season. We had a really bad storm in July, and that Saturday after the storm, I was kind of hungry. We had a busy Friday night, and we didn't eat, so we found some bread and some peanut butter, and I ate it. And about 10 minutes later, I went into the bathroom, and I thought I had diarrhea, and it was all blood. And that happened 3 more times before Carol took me to the hospital. I ended up having part of my colon had ruptured, and I had 2 large masses that had broken loose. I ended up having, in the next couple of weeks, having 13 blood transfusions. They had gone in and fixed it, but apparently it had leaked into my peritoneal, and it killed me. They brought me back, and I remember Carol grabbing my arm and saying, "Please don't leave me." And I didn't want to, because I absolutely love my restaurant. I love my employees. It was really hard. You know, there were a couple of times I really wanted to go. I just didn't want to keep going, the pain and what I was going through. But I was in ICU for 4 weeks, and I had a morphine button, and I was on Dilaudid and all these drugs that I really didn't. Carol said she would come in and talk to me, and I wouldn't even know. And friends came to visit me, and I wouldn't even know. Then 2 weeks I spent in a regular hospital room. After that, they transferred me to the AMG Specialty Hospital. Then they sent me to the Villages of Southern Hills. They started walking me, and we did about 4 hours of rehab a day, to the point where I was on a walker with the tennis balls, and then I upgraded to a walker with 4 wheels, and then I upgraded to a cane. And after 2 weeks there, if they told me to do 10, I did 20. And every day, every 45 minutes, I would get up and walk around the facility. And I was determined. I wanted to get back to my restaurant. I have a lot to live for. I have an incredible restaurant that's always been my dream since I've been 8 years old. I have a wonderful staff. I have an incredible wife and managers and people in the kitchen that kind of look forward to me coming in and depending on me to be here. And we're just one of those little homey restaurants in the back of a shopping center that have great food and great service. And, you know, we absolutely love this crazy business we're in.
Oh my gosh, Trish. The food at Michael V's is amazing. Santa was so stuffy he had a hard time getting out of his chair.
To learn more about everything on the menu or to book a party, meeting, or cater a meal, visit michaelvsrestaurant.com.
Oh man, I mean, we're gonna have to walk off some of this meal with maybe a little Christmas shopping.
Oh, I'm glad you feel that way, because there's this great place in the Vineyard on Memorial that I've been really wanting to shop in.
What have I gotten myself into now? I really should think before speaking.
Well, I think we're gonna have a great, fun shopping time for about an hour or two at Bella's house next with more Explore Tulsa.
Hey, it's Stevie from Explore Tulsa with my friend and optometrist for many years, Dr. Robert Zeller. Tell everybody why it's so good to come in to see you.
Well, that's a great question. Let's see, we've got 2 great locations. We try to stay cutting edge at every point along the way because, let's face it, everybody wants to come in and get taken care of in a timely fashion and get the latest, greatest stuff and save some money and get on with their life. And see clearly.
And if you don't believe it, look on the website.
Absolutely, drzeller.com. You can find that we have our 2 locations at 69th and Memorial and 3030 South Harvard, or you can give us a call at 749-2020 or 461-2020.
And I got 4 kids, and I gotta tell you, as a big family like that, it's affordable too.
Oh yes, and of course, the number one reason, you save some money. I mean, with our 2-pair specials, with our different unique packages that we put together, I mean, you can come in here and your money can go a lot farther than anywhere else.
And that's why with Dr. Robert Zeller and Associates, seeing is believing.
Oh, I like that, Stevie. Well done.
Always friendly. Always delicious. Welcome to Asahi Sushi Restaurant, Tulsa's favorite home for amazing sushi. For over 16 years, Rocky and his staff have been serving the most affordable sushi in Tulsa. Open for a fast lunch or casual dinner. Each entree served to perfection. Asahi Sushi Restaurant at 71st and Memorial, just behind Toys R Us.
Hi there, and welcome back for more Explore Tulsa.
Trish, you're a woman, right?
Well, thanks for noticing.
And shopping, the women on my list, I have to know, can women have too many doodads and accessories?
Gee, Stevie, well, there are several things that a woman can't have too many of, like shoes, watches, jewelry, rings,
Let me
bracelets.
stop you right there. Let's just go shopping at Bella's house.
I grew up in New York City, and for fun, we would window shop. And that was the time when window displays were huge, and you know, there's so much competition, so you went into whoever had the best window display. And so one day I just thought to myself, I'm gonna own a business. I'm gonna do this one day. So as a New Yorker, Had you said I would live in Oklahoma at any time, I thought Oklahoma was a song, to be honest with you, but we love it here. We've been here for 13 years now, and so Tulsa's been good to us. The people here are so nice, so nice. In New York or a big city, everybody's so rushed. But here, you know your neighbors, and you know your pets, and so it's nice. Everyone's so welcoming here. Before Bella's House, I worked in healthcare. I handled work comp for a company here in town, and then decided to have a family. So it took some time off to do that, and owning Bella's House is something I've always wanted to do. I started off at the market on Walnut Creek, and it was perfect. It was something I could do. It was convenient. Didn't need to have an employee. I just handled inventory and priced everything, and they did the rest, so that was perfect. And as I grew and as I wanted more items and my kids got older, I thought it was time to manage my own storefront. So I wanted to do home decor, accessories, picture frames, more furniture. That was something I've always wanted to do. However, going to market, it was so much funner to pick out, the jewelry and the little gifts. And, we have so many other furniture stores here and home decor and interior designers here, and it's great. But we needed a really good gift shop. And it's so much fun, and I can have a little bit of kids and a little bit of men's and a little bit of women, and I'm not limited. I think the difference between now and say 10, 15 years ago, the whole mall era, is that everyone, one, wants to support local business, and everybody wants something a little bit different. And while I think internet has been great because people know their lines, they know what they're looking for, you can buy whatever you want, at any time of day, I think people still want that one-on-one. They still want to talk to someone. They still want to pick up an item and try it on and smell it and touch it. My pride comes in helping that father find something for his kids or his wife, or, at the end of the day, these are just things. They don't mean much. You don't take it with you. You don't, but for that little bit of time, there's joy. I think that's important with everything else that's going on. It's nice to have a little smile on your face for a little bit of time.
Dee Dee is such a sweet lady, and I love the way that she sees that all that the stuff that she has at Bella's House is just stuff, but it's the thought behind the stuff that brings the joy.
To start shopping right now for yourself, visit bellasHouseTulsa.com or stop in at Dee Dee's shop at the Vineyard on Memorial Shopping Center.
I wish I would have had more than just a camera to capture some of the pictures of the faces that you were making. I had no idea that your eyes could get so wide.
Well, if still photography is what you're after, then maybe you need to stop in at Bedford Camera.
That's the old camera gallery near the mall.
Oh, yep, and we're going there next when we come back with more Explore Tulsa.
We do podiatry, we do dental oral appliances, we do women's health, we see children, pediatrics, and overall family care.
I'm a primary care provider for SoonerCare. We're also taking commercial insurances now as well. Any given day, I might do a well child on a 4-day-old baby, and then see a 72-year-old who's here because they need to follow up on their sleep study.
Patients seem to like the idea where they can just come here and they don't have to worry about going to all these different specialists, whether they need a sleep study or a CPAP machine or diabetic shoes or an oral appliance. We help bring all that to the table for them.
And especially with oral appliances, custom fit by a specially trained dentist, and we have Dr. Bennett, who's the best in the business.
It has been my dream to be able to work with all the specialties together. There are not many places in the United States that have all parts of this together. To me, it's amazing, and that's truly how sleep and patient care should be.
I want to get a new TV. There's like 1,000 different brands, all with different features. I wish I could make sense of it all. What do you think is best?
You should go to Video Revolution. Their experts will tell you everything you need to know. They carry the latest LED and 4K TVs and will even install it and set it up for you too.
She's right. You wouldn't talk to anyone but your dentist about your bicuspid. So when it comes to home entertainment, only trust the experts at Video Revolution, located on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
Hi, I'm Bruce Johnson, General Manager of Main Event Entertainment in Tulsa, and you're watching Explore Tulsa.
Let's see what you got, Trish. Come on, give it for the camera.
I'm gonna give it all right, Stevie.
I always thought it'd be glamorous to be a photographer. You know, one of my college professors was a photographer for Time magazine. He traveled all over the world taking pics.
Wow, that's actually pretty impressive, Stevie. You know, it's never too late, and a good place to start your photography adventure has to be the new Bedford Camera.
I started working when this opened as a brand new building under the name Camera Gallery, owned by a local man, Eli Lebo. He worked here until he retired in 2014. The Bedford family came over, they'd known him for a long time, and purchased the building, and now we're Bedford Camera for the last couple of years.
Bedford Camera started 42 years ago in Arkansas. Well, I started 12 years ago with Bedford Camera, and since then it went from digital just becoming very popular, but we were still selling film cameras. We were a mixture of everything from film, having multiple cases, selling film, developing, for digital taking almost completely over. We have seen from the compact little cameras, you're paying an extra $100 per megapixel to now cameras over 50 megapixels. And they're easy to use and incredible simple. For making a soccer mom can take everyday pictures and blow them up the size to cover her whole wall.
Bedford's really appeals to everybody. We do a lot more in the photo finishing product on that. Photo finishing is not dead. People still need prints. We do mugs and t-shirts and stuff like that too. We do metal prints on there. We do canvas prints. We offer a lot more in the way of printing services for them from the commercial end.
Every day you learn something new here, and we teach classes, which I've got a chance to teach a couple of them. So it's been an awesome learning experience the whole time.
Well, for something that we offer is a lot of specialty classes. We have some classes that are available from one-day entry level, people just getting their first camera, to 4-week-long photography courses. They're really fun. We try to get really active with them. We have lighting classes, Adobe Photoshop class. So we want to make sure people can get really the big benefits of all the new cameras and technologies out there.
A lot of questions are, how do I turn it on? What does this button do? What lens should I use for this type of thing? And so we just go over all the basics and just work our way up from there. We have beginners to experts that come in.
And being such a big one, we're able to bring in speakers and stuff from the industry, well-known photographers coming in and giving lectures and stuff, and that's always nice. Well, that's one of the great things. You get to meet a lot of people that are passionate about something you're passionate about as well. And sometimes it's the equipment. Some of us are geeks that way, and that's neat and cool and everything like that. But a lot of it really is the end product, going out and getting the end product, shooting and having fun that way. It gets you out and about. You get to see a lot of the country that you normally don't see if you like doing wildlife and landscape like I do, or architectural work like I like to do as well. There's people that like working with people out there. You got the photography people, which is kind of neat. Gets me out of my comfort zone. I'm not much of a one-on-one when I'm doing portrait people, but I get to work with the people that are, and that's pretty cool too.
I shoot everything. Weddings are my main thing. I'm romantic, so I love being there and capturing the love in between people and being able to share it back with them and their families.
I'm really an avid photographer for myself. I take landscapes and family pictures. We have, people have come in, say they've worked many jobs, and they go, well, I'm in retail or I sell cars, and they can be happy about that. But for me working here, it's been an experience where I really appreciate coming to work. This is one of the few jobs where you go, hey, I'm helping you sell memories, preserving those memories. They say, always have talked about, the picture says 1,000 words, but it's that moment frozen in time that I really go, this is what I'm helping you do, and, helping you take it the way you see it.
Robert, Ken, and Emily were so much fun to work with and are very talented photographers too.
To find out how you can learn from them on how to take your own really great pics, visit bedfords.com.
You know my college professor I told you about that worked for Time magazine?
Yeah, that was just a few minutes ago.
Well, he was also a senior photographer
for a girly magazine. But he got fired because his heavy breathing kept fogging up the glands on the camera.
No, brother. You never know when to really believe him. Stick around. There's more Explore Tulsa just ahead.
Hi, Dr. Robert Zeller here. For over 20 years, I've offered affordable, convenient eye care in Tulsa. Right now, you can get one pair of glasses or contact lenses starting at just $99, or my two-pair deal for $129. Hey, and as always, the eye exam's included. Walk-ins are always welcome. Glasses are ready in about an hour. Plus, we have over 2,000 frames to choose from. We're open 7 days a week. Come see why we're voted Tulsa's best. And our drive-thru at 69th and Memorial makes pickup simple and easy. For the best eye care value in Tulsa, Dr. Robert Zeller and Associates.
Are your memories fading?
And no, not the ones stored on your little gray cells. The memories you've collected on those old VHS camcorders.
Or even that beat-up Super 8.
Video Revolution can restore your memories from any outdated format and return them to you in a DVD or Blu-ray form.
That way you can relive the past on the big screen.
We can even produce digital copies for you to share with your families or friends online.
Check us out on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
Hi, I'm Lynn Wheatley with Lasting Impressions of Tulsa.
And I'm Kayla Norris with Brad and Box. And you're watching Explore Tulsa.
Be sure and join us next week when we do some real clowning around with a real professional, Chatters the Clown.
Special thanks to Ben Sumner for sharing his vintage holiday characters with us at Kringle's Christmas Land.
Thanks too to Chef Michael Menden for sharing his story and great food with us from Michael V's. And thanks to Dee Dee at Bella's House for making Christmas shopping so much fun.
Also thanks to Robert, Ken, and Emily for sharing their skills and the story of how Camera Gallery became Bedford Camera.
Remember, if you miss any of the show, you can always catch us at exploretulsa.com.
As always, each week we feature the people, places, and attractions that make us proud to call Tulsa our home.
Hey, don't forget to like us on Facebook. Share with us someone you think Tulsa should know more about.
Plus, remember, Explore Tulsa is brought to you by Video Revolution, located on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
Stop by, say hello to Ron and all the guys for your home entertainment needs.
And Explore Tulsa is also proudly brought to you by Dr. Robert Zeller and Associates.
Home of Tulsa's best eye care value with 2 locations, 3030 South Harvard and 69th and Memorial.
Well, that's all the time we have for you on this week's show, but we'll see you next week right here on Explore Tulsa.